Hello and thanks for staying with us on Asset Television. Welcome to Issues of the Moment. I am Sunday Ayami. Today we are going to begin taking a look at the opposition parties, especially as they are preparing towards off-season elections across the country. We are aware that some opposition parties are trying to gang up now against the ruling party. They are moving together. Some key elements of the opposition parties are crisscrossing the country now, looking for followership. Is the followership sincere with the leaders they are moving out with? Today we begin with the new Nigeria People's Party, Nnpp. Only recently we heard that a group gathered in Lagos to confer on one of the initial National Publicity Secretary of the party, Major Agbo, to confer on him the chairmanship of their group. We don't want to call it NNPC because I don't know if they are recognized by the INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission. But so they say that Agbo is their chairman. Well, Agbo in his acceptance speech said he has expelled one of the founders of the party, and that is Alhaji Musa Kwankwanso, along with his Kwankwansia group. He also said all the members of the NWC remain expelled. And we were so curious about this, we went to NNPP Secretariat to find out if that pronouncement had taken effect. But we were surprised too to see the National Secretary and in fact other members of the NWC in their various offices going ahead with their normal duties because they are the caretaker of the Secretariat of the party. Where is Major Agbo in all this now? Is he being recognized or is he recognized by INEC? We put a call to INEC and INEC said what they have in their book is Alhaji Aduji as the national chairman of the party, at least for now. I made further inquiry to find out what about Major Agbo, who claimed to be the national party chairman, at least from the Lagos group now. And they said, well, they are not even aware of Major Agbo, who they know as the national chairman of the party is Alhaji Aduji. And it remains that unless there is a change, which they are well acknowledged, otherwise that is the group, the party they are working with in the event of any election. They are working with the party that is being led by Alhaji Aduji. We met the National Secretary of the party, Dipo, Olayokun, and this is what he had to say. Take a listen.
The leadership of the party, in terms of hierarchy, we have the Board of Trustees, which has never been constituted since we started this journey in 2022. Then we have the NWC, we have the NEC, that's the National Executive Committee, comprising the members of NWC and their deputies, all the state chairmen, and some other individuals in the party. Then we have the NWC, that is the National Working Committee, which runs the day-to-day activities of the party on behalf of the NEC. And under the NWC, we have about 21 members, or 22, that runs the affairs of the party day-to-day. And they have a chairman that, like the chairman or the head of the party in that regard. This NWC came into being on the 1st of April 2022 to run the affairs of the party for 4 years. That is what the constitution says. And it is mandatory that when this NWC is going to be set up, based on the constitution of the country, that's national constitution as amended, and the Electoral Act, INEC must be there to witness the inauguration, the election.
The proceedings.
Yes, the election and then the inauguration. It is mandatory. It is not. There's no two way about it. And INEC was present at the National Executive Committee meeting and the National Convention, where the NWC emerged on the 1st of April to run till 31st of March 2026. That does not mean we have not, some people have not left the NWC, like the very first chairman then, Professor Alkali, left the NWC immediately after the 2023 elections. Then we had an acting in the name of Abba Kawali. There's a procedure through which somebody will emerge. It must be witnessed by INEC. And after Abba Kawu left, we now have the current chairman, who is Dr. Ajuji Ahmed. All the processes were monitored, were witnessed by INEC. So that is the law. So the current NWC has a lifespan of 4 years that will terminate on the 31st of March 2026. So there was never a time we held any meeting in Lagos in recent time to elect a new NWC. There's only one Nnpp under the chairmanship of Dr. Ajuji Ahmed. If you go to INEC website, it's clearly there, but it's boldly written there. Go to INEC website and then look at the logo you have. The issue of logo is something that INEC has to approve. There's a process to change your logo.
So that it does not clash with another.
Yes, and this processes or the procedure must have the hand or the input of INEC. That is why if you go to INEC website today, you will see the logo that you find there. The last election in Ondo, you look at the logo that you have there. So the issue of logo is not something you sit down in a beer parlor and say you have changed. So the issue of logo, because the Nnpp that had a meeting in Lagos, you have to look at their logo. Is that logo with INEC? The answer is no. And then you see, when you want to invite INEC to your program, there is a procedure. It is the chairman and the secretary that signs any letter going to INEC to invite them to any program. That is the law. So any letter that is not signed by those two people, INEC will never honor them. And INEC has the names of the chairman, the chairman and the secretaries of all the political parties. So the moment you take a letter to INEC, the first thing they look is the logo. And then they look at the signatures of the chairman and the secretary. Because when INEC approved this new logo in July, let me speak, I think on the 9th of July or 10th, I can't remember, the letter is in the file here, 2024. They made it very clear to us that henceforth, any correspondence between you, that is the party, and the INEC, must bear the letterhead that has this logo. So that is the law. So it's only contention that the people that had Lagos, that had meeting in Lagos were not Nnpp members. That one is not, it does not bother us. How? Because their game didn't start today. The game started right from when we were in court for the Kano mandate. When APC lost election in Kano, let me say, they lost shamelessly. Because in the 5 elections that held in 2023 elections, APC lost shamelessly. In the presidential election, the presidential candidate of Nnpp, Senator Musa Kwankwaso, PhD, trounced the APC candidate, who is now the president of Nigeria. The same day, they held another 2 elections, the Senate and the House of Reps. Nnpp has 2 out of the 3 senatorial candidates, seats. And Nnpp has 18 out of the 24 in the House of Reps. In the governorship, our governorship candidate, who is currently the governor of Kano, Engineer Kabiru Yusuf, was the only candidate that scored over 1 million votes in the governorship election in the whole of that year. He had about 1 point something, defeating APC by about 200,000 or 300,000. And in the House of Assembly, out of the 40 something, we cleared almost 2/3. So APC was mercilessly trounced by Nnpp in Kano. They went to court, tribunal, not for anything. They said the APA was not a member of Nnpp and that they were stamped.
Then you determine who is a member of
the law is very clear. The law is very clear that an outsider cannot come to question the eligibility of your candidate. But they are coming for APC to tell us APA was not our candidate. And INEC went to court and said from their own register, APA is a member of Nnpp. But that is not the issue. These same people that met in Lagos wrote to the INEC, to the court, addressed a press conference that APA was not a member of Nnpp. So their shenanigans didn't start today. It's a case of, because they said APA was not a member of the party. And a lot of things, in the last local government election, the one in Kano, sometimes in October, they went to court to go and sing the melody of APC in court to make sure that we did not field any candidate, to allow APC to clear, even in Kano. So, if you are talking about the hand of Esau, the voice of Jacob, everybody knows who is beating the drum for them, but that is not the issue. The issue is Nnpp, as presently constituted with this logo, we are focused. It's a matter of shame that some people decided to be singing the tune of another political party. As far as Nnpp is concerned, there's no faction, there's no division, because you can only have faction when you have members of a party going into groups. But these guys cannot claim to be a member of the party because the logo they are parading is not the Nnpp logo. Everything they are parading is not Nnpp. So that is why we are not bothered. No, INEC has no problem of any complicity in this matter. That's what happened on Friday last week. Because when they went to town that they wanted to have convention, people started calling us, are you people having any convention? We said no. They said, but there are some group of people that said they are Nnpp. That was why our legal advisor went to court and included INEC in the matter. And the court, I think on this 14th or 16th, I can't remember, of January, told them not to go ahead with any meeting. They entered the matter. Their lawyers were in court. They filed in their own papers too. All of a sudden, we heard that they went to hold a meeting in Lagos.
INEC
couldn't have been there because INEC was in the court on Friday, because the matter came up again on Friday. And INEC said he doesn't know them. They don't know them. Because the letter for invitation for any program by the party must be signed by the chairman and the secretary. And there's no way you can smuggle in any letter that does not bear the signature of these two people. And then next go to the court that we don't know them. So INEC is also limited in how they can get involved in matters that do not concern them. I would really want to comment on him because as far as Nnpp is concerned, he has been expelled. Well, he has been expelled, so we don't want to comment. Don't forget that all of a sudden, even in Edo, when they didn't do any primary, when they didn't invite INEC to come and monitor their primary, because of their paymasters, they came up with a candidate. So the matter went to court. They even had the gut to take us to court. And the court told them that you guys don't have any reason to come here because nobody knows you. It is not a faction, it is a group. These guys are not members of this party. So now in Anambra, we are set. We have sent our timetable to INEC. We have opened our forms for sale. Then we are going to have our primaries in April based on the INEC timetable. All these things are communicated to INEC, because when you are drawing up your program, you also need to inform INEC, because it is very, very clear, Section 82 of the Electoral Act. When you are doing your primaries, INEC must be there. So any program or any primary you have that INEC was not there, it's just like a jamboree. So for now, we have sent our program to INEC. INEC has acknowledged it. We have started the sale of forms. People have been buying forms. Then we are going to do our delegates ad hoc election. After that, we do our primary. I think on the 6th or 7th of April, we do our primaries, because INEC has put deadline of April 10th for all the parties to conclude their primary. So as far as we are concerned, we are having our primary on the, I think, 7 or 8. I think, yes, because we are looking at what is happening in Nigeria today. And I don't think anybody will be proud of where Nigeria is today. Actually, considering what has happened between 2015, when we thought the former president, Jonathan, was not doing enough. Unfortunately, those who took over from 2015 to till now, you see what they have turned Nigerians and Nigeria as a country and Nigerian people into. Nobody would have imagined that during our own lifetime that Nigeria would degenerate to this level. Nobody would have told us and would believe. So Nigeria now has to look at, okay, what next do we do? We said PDP was not doing it right. We kicked PDP out. We said, okay, let us give APC a chance, see what they have turned Nigeria into. I think it is now necessary for Nigerians to take a look at the other political parties. And out of the other political parties, Nnpp stands out. How do I mean? Go to Kano State and see what the governor is doing there. Just about a month ago, last year in 2023, the governor, even less than 1 year in office, sent about 1,001 people out to go and further their studies, to have master's degree. They came back, which is in line with what the former governor, the national leader of Nnpp, did when he was in power in Kano State. So I think the other part of Nigeria should taste what is happening in Kano, in spite of the shenanigans of the APC, because at every curve they are creating problems. How can you imagine the issue of Emir of Kano, which is purely a state matter? All of a sudden, the APC picked that up, turned it into a national thing. Thank God the last judgment of the court in the Court of Appeal has told them that local government or chieftaincy matters are purely state matters. But even at that, they will not relent. The other time they wanted to have prayers in Kano.
Yes.
The police commissioner said they have reports that some people wanted to create chaos. Interestingly, the leader of that sect that organized that prayer was hosted in the Aso Rock by the president. So all of a sudden, the man is no more a terrorist, just to create confusion in Kano. But because of the nature of the governor, in line with the advice by the national leader, we allowed them to have some of these things so that we don't create tension in the country. I only advise Nigerians. We said PDP has failed us. How do you refer to APC, to complete failure? Let us look at the other political parties. And I think Nnpp stand a better chance of replicating what they are doing in Kano, in other states. So it's an advice to Nigerians, because I don't think anybody will want what Nigeria has turned into now to befall some other states. Nobody will have imagined it, honestly.
It was an extensive interview where he explained everything. He explained the movement of the party, and they are preparing to make sure that they fill all vacancies in existing off-season election. And nothing is going to deter them from that. Not even Major Agbo's group will deter them from doing what they need to do. So it is now being confirmed from the horse's mouth that there are no factions. It's only a splinter group which is not regarded as a faction. That group, according to to him is not being recognized by INEC. Recognizes only political parties, not groups. So Nigerians should be wary on who they follow, at least when they are preparing for any elections in the country. Have a nice time and join us again some other time. Thank you.